Hey everybody, happy Saturday. Putting two up today, so if you've watched my other video, whichever one you've watched, you might have some similarities to the opening, but smoking some Chelsea Morning. I've been wanting to try this for a while. I was digging through my cellar today, and man, at the bottom of the cellar there was a can, couple 2.5 years of age on it. Curmudgeon Doug and Cincinnati Luke were talking a lot about how good this is. And it is good with a cup of coffee, really good. But my favorite blender is, without question, GLP. So that's something Curmudgeon and I can agree upon. Not much else can we agree upon, but that is one thing. Blackbeard's Delight, out of my Blackbeard mug. Black Rifle Company, it's a dark roast. It is phenomenal. Man, that's good. It's got some notes of like dark baker's chocolate. Anyhow, just wanted to jump on. Oh, 7LA 636. This is a unfinished. I love these. This is a 9mm unfinished. 636 is the big brother of my favorite pipe, which is the 626. And I believe this is the 636. Maybe I'm jacked up, but it's not. If I'm wrong, tell me. This might be 646, but I want to say it's 36. I don't know. I get confused. It is a 7LA second, and most certainly 9mm, and most certainly picked up from Eddie Gray over at Pipe Nook. He was my 7LA Series 2, or Series 3, I'm sorry. I keep calling it Series 2. Series 3 dealer of choice, and I picked up quite a few from him. I really love them. I am really bummed that they quit making them. They are some of the best smoking pipes, and they're imperfect, which tells a story. Kind of like why I like Morgan Bones pipes as well, as they're imperfect and they're unique. Anyhow, again, happy Veterans Day to the veterans. Thank you for your service, folks, guys and gals. You know, looking back through my life, without question, one of the things I'm probably most proud of was my service in the Navy. And a lot of people say, man, they wish they could go back and redo their life. If I went back and redid my life, I would not change that perspective, that period of my life. Now, I'd change maybe some of the things I did. Maybe change, I'd study a little harder and try to be an officer. Maybe a few things, but I would not change my naval service. In fact, I would probably tell you I would have stayed in and retired. I regret not doing that. Especially now in this job market, going on 4 months of unemployment with nobody hiring. So, going to twist that. That's my segue into a little personal update. Had a couple interviews this week. One I am praying hard for. So if you are a praying person, if you wouldn't mind throwing one up. God don't know. But it would save our bacon, my bacon. There is another one. I got an offer last night. I got to look in more today. And I am most certainly considering it, and that is a mail carrier. Yeah, I'm not above it. I think it's a fantastic opportunity, and it's going to take a lot of years to work their way up. But, you know, there's something to be said being by myself. And, you know, I've been a leader of people since my Navy days, so 30 plus years. So it would be interesting to me to only have to deal with myself. And, you know, I would miss the leadership for sure. But I haven't had a job since McDonald's in high school where I only had to worry about me. And even then, I was promoted to crew leader after a year and a half, year or so. So I did have to worry about others. So maybe going back to cutting grass in my first year at McDonald's was the last time that I had a position where I truly was not in any type of leadership oversight or taking care of people. And that's the one thing I do love. So I'm kind of, I'm at a conundrum. I'm conflicted, a lot of years of it, but it's also one of my favorite things. God will lead us in the right direction without getting too religious today, but I need to work. So, what else is going on? This cough, man, and my ears all messed up. Finally broke down. Went to the doctor yesterday. This is not a smoker's cough. It's not pneumonia. So I went to the walk-in clinic, and I knew that I should get there at 8 right when it opens. In fact, I should get there at 7:45 and stand in line outside. I knew this. I just didn't feel so good, so I just could not get going. So I got there about 9:15. And he said, it'll be about an hour and a half wait. I said, I don't care. I need to be seen. Well, all in, until he got me to the back, was about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Then I sat in the back another 45 minutes before Doc came in. Then I sat back there, I don't know how much longer. All told, I was there almost 4.5 hours. Doc comes in, gives me five prescriptions. My ears plugged up, I'm dizzy. I'm a mess, man. Buckeye is a mess. It's not pneumonia. If anything, it might be something kind of like a whooping cough kind of deal, but steroids, antibiotics, nasal sprays, cough medicine for the day, cough medicine for the night with codeine. They loaded me up. And she said, John, I'll call you with your chest x-ray results. I don't want to have you hanging there. It's going to be a while before they read them. I said, there'd be a problem reading them because they never took them. She's like, what? She's like, okay, let me go out there. And the lady came in right away and took them. And they did call me back in fairness, and they did say, your lungs are clear. There is no pneumonia. And I told her, so I don't think it's pneumonia. I had pneumonia back in 2000, Thanksgiving of 2000, about this time of year. And I was bad. I mean, I couldn't even take a breath without coughing until you get sick. Can't stop coughing. Just a mess. And I knew. And I went, we were back at home in Ohio for Thanksgiving, so we had just moved to Illinois. So I still had an active doctor in Ohio. And old Dr. Gutal said, you got the pneumonia. He pointed to his knee. Pneumonia. And he took care of me. Got me set. I didn't have to do any hospital or anything. So, what else is going on? Been doing a lot of reading. Threw up some reviews. I know those aren't the most popular videos, and that's okay if you guys and gals don't. I do those just for fun and for me. In fact, I do all of these for fun and for me, and to keep up with y'all. But I don't lose sleep if a video is watched one time or 1,000 times. It just, I'm more here for the community and watching and listening and being a part. Any other updates? I think those are the major ones, man. It's been a week. I've been down pretty hard with this crud, whatever it is. Yeah, I think I've noticed, I know I've coughed a couple times in this video, but my coughing is much less. So, good day of football today. Really interested to see how Michigan responds after Harbaugh got kicked out of the sidelines for the next three games. Not much of a punishment. He could still coach the team during the week. In fact, if anything, I think this is giving Michigan a rallying cry and a motivation to kick everybody else's ass the rest of the year. So I actually look for this to be a good thing for Michigan. I know Michigan fans are losing their mind and saying, we should leave the damn Big Ten, and they're just being irrational. But as an Ohio State fan, I'm looking at this like, damn, I don't think you guys did us any favors getting Michigan riled up 3 weeks before we play them at their place, mind you. So I got to be nervous. I'm a little nervous about it. I think it's good the Big Ten stepped in. I think the hammer will come down on Michigan. I think the NCAA has a lot more. They just work slower. So I look for the offseason for there to be vacated seasons, vacated wins, potential future bans. And I would bet we've probably seen the last of Harbaugh on the Michigan sideline. I do not think he comes back. I think he just gets the hell out of Dodge and goes to the NFL. So it's sad to see when a head coach does this. And there's been so many of them over the course of time that come in and just wreck a program, or get caught and end up wrecking a program, and then just bolt for the NFL and say, see you guys later. Have fun with your bowl bans and your recruiting restrictions and your lost scholarships. And, and then that school has to rebuild for 4, 5, 6 more years just to get back to where they were. I hate that. There's nothing better to me than a good Michigan and a good Ohio State team, win or lose either way. When we play Michigan and both teams are undefeated, like probably will be the case this year, there's just something special about that. I'm on record now. I do believe, unless Michigan screws up today against Penn State, I do believe that it is quite possible, and should Michigan and Ohio State both should be in the college football playoff, especially if the game in Ann Arbor is a really good close game. Because they're two of the best in the country. I just wish, man, if Ohio State had the offense, if we had Stroud back with the defense we have this year, I would tell you we would probably beat the pants off of anybody. But that's not the case. But I'm glad to see CJ tearing it up in the NFL. So proud of that young man. He was nothing but a class act. And hopefully he stays that way. Sometimes that money and that fame can spoil a person. Anyhow, folks, take care of yourselves. This is just to check in a little longer than I usually do, but hey, it's cold and flu and cold, whatever season. And that didn't stay lit for nothing. Michael said, wash your damn hands. I agree with him. We'll catch you next time, everybody. Have a great day.